Welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod. Joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we're live on a Monday, ready to talk some, news and stuff, because news has been happening.
Okay.
The official weapon of the show is...
The taser.
Nope. The official weapon of the show is...
The folding chair.
The folding chair. The unofficial sport...
Bullet ball.
And Bullet Ball Extreme. Of course, we've been doing banter here for a while, like the big podcasters do it. They don't just give you a show. They don't just tell you what you want to know. No, they got to give you a slice of life. They got to be human, relate to the audience. And, we do that too sometimes if we have thought of anything. Karen, do you have any banter for today?
Yeah, not something simple, but yeah.
Well, okay, let's get a beat going. All right, Karen, banter me with one of them banters over there.
I just have one, and this is something I just put up. But I've work and I sit for extended periods of time sometimes, and I realized lately I've been getting kind of stiff, particularly in my lower back and stuff like that, and up in my shoulder blades and stuff, where I have a tendency to hold a lot of like a lot of people hold stress in their shoulder blades and things like that. I do too, and so what I started to do was be on like Facebook and Instagram. Sometimes they have them reels that pop up, which is their version of TikTok. And when I go through periodically, I'll see it's this Asian dude who does exercises are like really, really simple. And he was like, if you do these exercises, will, help alleviate pain and things like that. So I started doing them, and they actually work, and they're not hard exercises at all.
Do you know the name? Because
okay, I forgot. I know people gonna ask. God damn it, my bad. Let me see.
See how hard what I do is? You got to anticipate questions, because you can't just say stuff and then I can't fix this one for you because I have no idea what you're talking about.
No problem.
So you gotta go. You gotta I'll vamp while you try to go find
Please
whoever this Asian man is. Well, just go on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram. Look for an Asian man, everybody. Put in hashtag Asian exercise. And you'll see what's going on.
I was not prepared for the question, y'all. I'm sorry. You vent while I go.
Okay,
look.
Well, I got some banter too. I'll make mine quick. I looked on at the TV and there was a bowl game on because college football happens around this time of year. Everybody has a bowl game, couple bowl games every day. The Famous Toastery has a bowl. I did not know the Famous Toastery was doing it big like this.
Oh shit! That's the Famous Toastery. That's my place.
That's how I find out if a place is doing big is when I look up and they got a bowl. I'm like, oh, y'all could afford the naming rights. Y'all must got the extra money. You need me to read it or something? Okay, so this it says Tai Chi for weight loss. Is that the name of the? Okay, so it's Tai Chi, TAI spaced CHI for weight loss. Seems to be the account. And is it this guy in particular, or is it this account?
I don't. And
because if you go to his account, okay, his account is Dr. Mason.
Okay,
Dr. Mason. So there you guys go. Go look for Dr. Mason, and then if it's an Asian dude dressed like Neo in the Matrix, once he learned Kung Fu, because that's what he has on, except he's wearing a white one instead of a black one.
Yes,
that is the right guy. So there you go. Karen's helping y'all out.
And helping y'all out, and the exercises are really they're the simplest ass moves. But I know it sounds funny because when I was like, oh, that's simple. I started doing that shit. I was like, oh shit, it's not that simple. When you start trying to hold them, I mean, because like I said, you start holding them and kind of repeating them and shit like that. You were like, oh, and I, and I could feel like my body kind of responding and opening up to it and things like that. I've been doing it for a few days now, and like I said, they're not simple and they're not long. That's what I like about them. Something I can kind of just randomly do while I'm moving around and shit like that. And I realized that kind of helped with the moving, with the stiffness, just the moving and shit like that.
Yeah, I did my first VR workout on Supernatural that I've done in a while. Because remember yesterday, I spent an hour downloading updates for that fucking headset, and it's like every time I tried to start the VR workout, it would be like, "Oh no, you need to update the Meta Quest store. Oh no, you need to update Meta Quest Explorer. Oh, you need to update the VR headset." It was just like a lot.
When you turn it on, just do like everybody else do. Do like your computer. Be like, you know what? We just updating everything.
Yeah, why hasn't it been updating in the background like the fuck everything else?
Connect to the Wi-Fi.
But that just says how lazy we've been and not turning it on. Correct. And not doing shit. So at any rate, I got to do the workout, and it was a workout that I used to do all the time, but I'm starting at the bottom because I'm so out of shape again. And oh my God, 12 minutes hip hop and you don't stop with Doc. Doc was kicking my ass today, man.
Which one was that one?
It's
was
like
the one with the bat?
Yeah, Supernatural is the one where you kind of have like two bats, balloon, sword type things.
That shit will motherfucking wear you out.
I love it because it's fun and it's interactive.
It is fun though.
You know, if there was a way to have a little more, like we had a house with like an extra spare bedroom or garage, it'd be perfect to do that workout in. But you know, we have to be a little careful in the house. But for the most part, it's pretty intense. But man, I did like that first 3 minutes because they just throw you in it because it's a short one. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I know I got to start short. I'm not going to be able to do like 30 minutes swinging my arms around and dipping up and down and shit. I already knew that. But it's fine. You know, this is the point. This is why you start where you start. You can't be hard on yourself. You can't be looking at what you used to do.
Yeah, and also do something that's fun and that like you actually like to do.
Yeah, it's super fun.
And I'm like you, I've done that when I restart, that's one of the first ones I'm gonna do because it's really fun and you're moving around and you're interacting. But yeah, child, it will kick your butt.
So he did me dirty or whatever. But I got through it. Only had to pause to drink water one time. It's on. I just mostly was trying not to be too hard on myself because I think that's one of the things that's made me give up like stuff in the past when it came to working out stuff. I feel bad about my progress or just where I'm starting from and because it's easy for me to go back. And it's not even necessarily a weight thing, but it's just like I was fat, but in fat, I was in shape for a fat person.
Correct.
For whatever that means to people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I enjoyed that. Like I enjoyed playing basketball and people being like, fuck, I misjudged you. You know what I mean? Like that was a big thing. And so it's been a couple years. So I'm starting at just out of shape. So it was just, my goodness. But I got through it and we'll be doing it again at least 2 or 3 more times this week. So got to do that. I've been watching a lot of screeners because the movie awards are coming out. And this time I'm at home, not in New York. Right. So I finally am in a position to get to watch some of these movies because a lot of times you can't get to all the movies. And, you know, I try my best to be an informed critic because it's a thing that I never really liked about critics in the past, which is like you would get these like the Oscars rap thing and the people, and it's kind of sad really because the reasoning the people would give at the end would be so antiquated and not about the movie quality or watching the movie. It's like, I didn't even watch this movie. And a lot of times the people that got the short end of the stick were the black and brown movies. Mm-hmm. And people's ability to talk about awards but not believe in them. It's like trying to do gender wars content where you like, let's talk about the gender wars content, but don't accept the values of the people that are talking about it, right? So I don't want to talk about if Shannon Sharpe is right about what kind of woman you should marry. But I do want to talk about what kind of content he's creating with this video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Award shows are similar. People go, the Oscars is fucked up, blah, 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 it's racist, da, da, da. But then when something wins an Oscar, they immediately go, it was the merits of the thing that won the Oscar. Everyone else lost the Oscar because they weren't as good. Or maybe someone got robbed, but it's still like, there's a validity to just the label of Oscars. And you would get these post-show interviews,
they'd be so fucked up.
anonymous comments from voters, and they'd be like, "I didn't watch Ava DuVernay. I don't care about that." Or
right,
you know, we gave an award to this one woman because she's friends with so and so. You know, I didn't even see her movie, but she had the best party or whatever, right? I've been watching these movies, and Sad is back. Okay, Sad is back big this year. I finished Origin. Whew, sad. Past Lives, sad.
Sad is back in the building.
American Fiction was kind of sad. Like there's some sad movies out there, man. Leave the World Behind. Kind of sad. Sad is back, baby. Okay, Oppenheimer is sad. I'm like, damn, should I keep watching these movies? Like, did no one make a comedy that could be submitted? Like, ooh, my goodness. So that was my other banter. And I think that's it for me.
That's it for me.
Yeah, I said everything. All right, cool. Well, you know what that means, guys. Time to get into some news. Let me play some music so we can transition to news. Cook that up, bro. All right. The biggest news, major news.
Okay.
Majors news. Jonathan Majors found guilty on 2 of them counts.
Wow.
2 of them things.
It was like you did that shit.
Now he was charged with 4 of them things. 2 they didn't. He was, I guess, found innocent on, not guilty on, whatever. 2 he was found guilty on. There's a criminal trial. That means beyond a reasonable doubt. So they felt there was enough for the charges. And there's something I said was I wasn't sure just because people saw that video of him running that like exonerated, because he was charged with more than just did he assault her or not. Mm-hmm. And I do understand that I'm not trying to turn it into like I definitively feel like everything he was like, I don't know some of this stuff, you know, and I don't have to rationalize it. I feel like the jury had more evidence than we did.
Right. They seen a lot of shit that we did not see.
We know what the papers told us, what his publicist told us, what Rolling Stone told us, but we didn't sit in there for hours or whatever. They only deliberated. Now, this was what I didn't understand, because I've always heard if it takes them a long time to deliberate, it's better for the defense. But like a rule of thumb, that's not 100%.
Yeah.
But it was 3 days of deliberation. I said, oh shit, what's happening? Right. Turns out they only deliberated 4 hours spread across 3 days. So it wasn't like they stayed in there all day.
Okay, for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, his sentence is set for February 6th. He could face up to a year in jail. My guess is that he will not go to prison. I think this is the kind of thing where, because I believe it's his first charge of anything, he'll probably get some, probationary type situation. And I believe the 2 counts he was guilty of is reckless assault in the 3rd degree and harassment. The 2 that he wasn't guilty of sounded like the fucking same. Like I remember reading it and being like, wait, what was it? Yeah, the other ones. Wait, this article don't have. Oh, not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and not guilty of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. So he was guilty of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and harassment, but not aggravated harassment or intentional assault. So I don't know if they're saying like
the degree
he didn't mean to injure her.
Yeah, maybe one is on purpose, one is on not. That's probably the difference in the degrees. And there's also, one of those things where the news and stuff that was coming out was like, none of this sounds good. And it's particularly why his team fought for that fault for not allowing that other stuff to be in, because they was like, that's a separate incident. What does it have to do with this? But since it was admitted, that had to be taken into consideration when it came to if you're guilty or not guilty.
Yeah, and a few things. Obviously, the first is it's been an interesting year because it's only been a little over a year with this Jonathan Major shit. And it's been an interesting year because his run from being cast in the the Apollo, the Rocky spinoff with Michael Jordan joint, the Creed joints, getting cast in Creed, and then that press run he did, which was flowers and blouses with no buttons and ripped, greased up, like his reputation with the black community as far as like lusting over him and shit skyrocketed. It just skyrocketed. Like everybody wanted to fuck Jonathan Majors. Then you did have a contingent of men who were so fucking offended by him. I think everyone's forgot about this.
Yeah, they were upset.
I was thinking about the holistic picture today, and I was like, I remember when people were mad at him for taking these pictures with his flowers and being like a soft boy and all this shit.
Looking like a JoJo's
Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, you had that. And then, he cast his Kang and all this stuff. I feel like the press run kind of died down, but everything was in his. I remember articles, and they were kind of, and to a certain extent, I understand why some black dudes were mad. People would use his quotes as like disses to other black dudes, like, "Oh, he's talking about therapy. Why can't y'all be like Jonathan Majors and shit?" And so, in a way, you would think those dudes that were mad would celebrate his downfall and be like, "Ha ha. Y'all thought y'all had one. This motherfucker's more trash than me. And at least I'm not hitting women and y'all out here celebrating this motherfucker." But that's not what happened.
No, that's not. They come out in full force and they will support.
Him being accused of abuse to a lot of dudes, not everybody, but to a lot of dudes, put him in a category of like, now he has passed the test of masculinity. And I'm not even saying they was agreeing that he did it, but it was like, now that he's been accused, some sort of, we must protect him now. They better not, recast him or whatever. This white woman lying. This what this what happened when you date white women. He found out what my grandmama always said. It became like a white woman did this to him thing, as opposed to
he committed a crime.
Even some of the responses today are a white woman did this, and I'm like, so then the other incident where he told her not to go to the hospital, where she had like that, you just skipping over that, but that's what people do.
Yeah, they do.
So then of course we had my favorite moment of all this, if you can say favorite with this scandal, the breaking up of the two girls fighting video that leaks to TMZ. Well, he pulls up extra, read all about it in his hat, and stops two random high school girls or junior high school girls who already have their faces blurred out perfectly.
Yes, and the whole time, a lot of people was like, this is staged because we have no other video. We know how teenagers their phones are like fucking glued to them. And y'all know from the brawl in Montgomery to everything else, we get like 45 different versions of what's happening. And to today, that is the only copy we got.
It always felt staged and weird and fake, That was my favorite moment because it was just all the memes, the jokes. It just to me the transparent fakeness of it. Just like, who the fuck is this winning over? You there's a lot of things you could have done to win people over. This ain't one of them. Like I remember somebody had like put the Michael Jackson that video with where he like takes the gun and pushes it down from the soldier. It was a lot. But then of course you get the Megan Good relationship soft launch that pops up where she's going to court with him, but before that, they going to Red Lobster with her family and shit. And I mean, talk about own goals. It's sad though, because like at the same time, Megan Good is like 4, 5, 6 months too late. Because if she would have like been fucking him when he was doing the magazine covers, everybody would be like, "Oh, she got him. Yeah, she struck while the iron's hot. She got him away from that white lady. She won."
Yep, but she came on the scene too late.
Now everybody's like, "What a bird!" I can't believe. I knew she was stupid. Like, people are shitting on her. Like, that is crazy. That is crazy. And then the other thing I'm noticing, we've been talking about it on the show for the last month or two. JL Coban just released his Rain on Your Parade episode about Marvel fatigue. Well, for everyone being so goddamn tired of Marvel, y'all treat this verdict like a Marvel verdict. This ain't a Jonathan Majors verdict. You look at, I don't give a fuck who you are. You look at, they not saying, man, I guess Magazine Dreams will never get released. No, nigga. Oh, the truth be truthing, don't it? It be telling on people. Cause they are casting every nigga who's ever acted as the Kang replacement. It is just Coleman.
None of our calls. Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, motherfucking Denzel's son, John David Washington. Everybody but like Roy Wood Jr. has been photoshopped in that motherfucking Kang outfit. If you black and you act and you ain't been putting that Kang outfit, what are you doing?
What's wrong with your life?
Photoshop my man, Chris Lambert. We need Reggie from What's the Tea?
Yes, Reggie.
Like Photoshop. Like, get everybody in this motherfucker. Put me on there. Like, it's everybody gonna be Kang. God damn. I have never seen.
Like, if you're a black man, you qualify to be Kang.
Donald Glover. I have never seen so many people turn into casting agents. Don't even matter if it's a match. Just black man. That's it.
Them the qualifications.
Black man.
Can
That's
they act? We don't give a fuck. Just put him in there.
Just a black man, Kang. That's it. That's all we care about.
Them the only qualifications.
Insane what is happening right now. Insane. But I thought we didn't care. I thought we had fatigue.
Right.
I thought we was over this.
Why you give a fuck about what Marvel gonna do then? Y'all tired of the bitches, right? Y'all tired of every time you turn around, it's another motherfucking Marvel thing. But then who gives a fuck who plays Kang if Kang comes back? Who cares then?
None of you liked Ant-Man.
Right.
None of you liked Ant-Man. Most of you didn't like Loki.
Mm-mm.
I went on For All Nerds. They hate Loki. Season 2. Kang was in it. The big bad. Now can't wait. 12 niggas gonna be Kang. It's crazy. I say you cast them all. Make everybody Kang. Fuck it. Every black dude that's ever been on a stage, just they all Kang variants now. Fuck it. Disney got the money. But yeah, it was so interesting when I peeped that. I was like, wait a minute. Thought y'all was out on Marvel. Why y'all care?
Well, people that got fatigue.
Yeah. Here's the one for me was wild though. The one for me is this. And if it's true, we'll see. They said they changed the name of the movie Avengers Kang Dynasty to just Avengers 5.
Are you?
That's what they said.
We'll see. But if it didn't come from the official account and from Kevin Feige's mouth.
Well, I know for a fact, officially they have fired him. That leaked 10 minutes. Like, they had that motherfucker in the drafts.
That was like, as soon as the news come out, they was like, this nigga's lost his job.
Guilty, sand. You know what I mean?
that thing was on auto reply. You know how you hit somebody's box, they go, I'm not in the office.
Right. It said, we will see y'all after the holidays, but don't call us about Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, we don't know what we gonna do, or if we do, we ain't telling y'all niggas, but we see y'all in January after Echo comes out. And after What If 2 come out.
Right. But man, them motherfuckers was quick with that shit, boy. But I said honestly, I think even if he was found not guilty, it was I did not think he would survive that.
I think they just wanted the verdict to come out, and I think regardless of what the verdict say, I agree. He was not going to have that job no longer.
Now as far as
nobody want to deal with that.
Now as far as justice for Grace Jabari, I don't think anyone cares. I don't think anyone has ever cared about this white woman if she's actually a victim of domestic violence. I don't think they've cared about justice or punishment for him. It has not really been a human story. The behemoth of Marvel has overshadowed all the human angles on this.
Yes.
And I think he bought into, and his side sold the optics of it and tried to win the court of public opinion shit with it. But at the end of the day, this has never really been a case about, you know, anything more than just here's this black man actor on the come up and people rooting for him or people just that care about Marvel. I don't think anyone really gives a fuck about this.
Agree, in the public, yes.
All right, so we talked about Jonathan Majors, everybody. All right, there's other stuff to talk about too, but I just wanted to start with that because that was pretty major news. I didn't even save this article. I'll probably forget to put it in the show notes, but Miles Bridges, bad day for people that's charged with accused of domestic violence, because Miles Bridges, we have a game tonight for the Hornets in Toronto, the Raptors. And I know the league and the NBA said they're comfortable with Miles Bridges being on the team, even though he is currently accused of some more shit. Canada said, actually, we are not comfortable. They stopped him at the border, girl.
He came up and said, they was like, oh, hey, mate.
He tried to get through the customs or whatever.
They said, stop it right now. This is stupid. This is absolutely ridiculous. Get out of here. We are adults, and this is ridiculous. Cut the crap.
He tried to cross the border. Them niggas rolled up on them big ass horses. It was like, no, sir. Where you think you're going, buddy, eh?
No, not today.
They said, not today.
Not today. Here's some maple syrup. Go on back to the United States.
No. Yeah.
It's like, we don't care. We don't want no problems.
And honestly, dog, this shit is embarrassing as a Hornets fan. Like, y'all ain't check.
Right, to see if this was okay before you put him on the fucking plane.
The NBA ain't check. No one asked nobody nothing. You didn't get it something. Nothing. It didn't even cross their fucking mind
to verify if he could even go. Because that's the thing. I was like, okay, you can't go. Well, you're not traveling with the team. If anybody asks, you go, well, you know, you could have made up a fucking excuse or whatever. Or just tell the truth. Be like, he can't cross into Canada and call it a day.
I saw that shit, and they trying to get it cleared up before the game, but it don't look. I think the game is at like 7 or some shit. I can't imagine them getting it cleared up.
Y'all might as well put him on a plane, ship his ass right on back to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god.
He better sit in Niagara Falls, New York, and wave at them niggas.
21 Savage says Drake wasn't trying to diss Megan Thee Stallion. The bar was more like a joke bar than him trying to say something about her.
Child, if you don't get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember the bar or whatever, but it was this bitch lie about getting shots, but she's still a stallion.
Yes, what's punchline? What joke? Like,
yeah. Let's
of here.
Let's say it was a joke to him.
It's
part of the issue is what you think is funny,
right?
It's like it's just, you know, a lot of people do this too, where it's like, I'm just joking, and that's, you know, I get it. You could just be joking. I'm not gonna say you're not joking, but what we choose to be laughing about and what we don't says something about us. And so you think it's funny to laugh at one of your peers getting shot by Tory Lanez, and you thought it was cool to put on your album. And I've been saying for a while with Drake, it's not that I think he believes all this stuff. I do think he's a misogynist, all that shit. Don't get me wrong, but all the rappers are. Right. But it's not that I think he believes. He's kind of like almost like a Bugs Bunny, you know, like you don't really know who he is and what he believes because he don't really put himself out there like that. That's not the point of music to him,
right? To
give you this like very introspective personal thing.
And I get that.
Yeah, it's a lot of like, you have to interpret and add a bunch of meaning to his shit because it's normally very shallow, just like, feel bad for me, this girl ain't giving me a phone call back type shit. It ain't really like,
it ain't deep.
Let me break down like my actual life and everything, because his life in a lot of ways that we measure rap by, his life don't count.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people will be like, "There's too much privilege here. There's too much. Like you're an actor. You were a child actor. You had both your parents. Da da da." It's like a bunch of shit that we, good or bad. You know, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but we measure like authenticity by when it comes to rap. He would fail those tests, so he just rap about fucking chicks that he probably is too old to be dating, but is right at the same level of maturity as and shit. But yeah, so I think he just started trolling. He didn't have shit to say. He was putting out so many albums every
like
year.
back to back instead of taking breaks like a lot of people, do. And it's the reason why people take breaks. Why they take, bitch? Because they need a break. Something got to happen. They got to recharge. And Drake was literally putting albums out like every time you turn around. It's like new album. And I'm not trying to be funny because old niggas hate him so much. That's the only reason why I knew his shit was coming out. Because every time something come out, I had to look at my timeline and see everybody 40 plus complaining about the shit. No one had. Most of y'all don't listen to the bullshit anyway.
Yeah, and 21 Savage did that whole album with him. It's a pretty good album, by the way. But he did the whole album with him, and I kept thinking like, okay, 21 Savage not the one saying this shit. Drake is.
Right.
But 21 Savage was doing interviews at the time. Like, I told him, go hard, don't hold nothing back. So people start going, it's your fault. You told Drake don't hold nothing back, and that you egged him on, and you think it's funny about this Megan Thee Stallion shit. And so he's been doing interviews. He did one in the Rolling Stone trying to distance himself from the shit. But I just think it's interesting now that this is all coming out. Like, you thought it was cool at the time and funny because people were mad about it, sharing it. It helped the album go viral a little bit more than it probably would have. Even though a Drake album these days is pretty much going to be a hit. It won't be a hit with the people we know, but that's never been true.
Right.
It'll be a hit though. It'll be the number one stream.
Yes,
so
it will.
It always felt desperate.
Yeah, it'll go gold or whatever, regardless, because it's Drake. And he kind of has figured out whatever that formula is. And it's also one of those things too, to where enough time has kind of passed and shit like that, and people ask you questions. So now you're being held accountable for somebody else's actions on your album.
The other thing I'll say too is this: no matter how much time passes, it will always be funny to me, even if it's never going to be funny to anyone else, that 21 Savage is not from America. He's from across the pond.
Yeah, him nor Drake.
And
him are from the States.
And it's not funny that he's not from here as much as it's funny that I keep having this thing in my mind of him saying his name as 21 Savage, and I don't know why. It's goddamn hilarious. For my whole life, yes. I will always think whenever I see his name, 21 Savage.
That's how I hear it.
Even though I'm sure that he's probably never talked like that in his life, but I want him to just rip the mask off one of these days and do a whole like London drill album. Nobody would see it coming.
I would fucking love
except
that.
Me. But
that shit will be fucking flames probably.
All right, let's talk about some other stuff too. I forgot one of my banters I actually had brought evidence for.
What's up?
Because I come prepared. Okay, guys, I be knowing. One of my banters is that these Netflix targeted ads are getting too good.
Okay.
I will check it sends me an email like, hey, you might like this, right? Check this out. You might like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it sent me one the other day, and it was for Car Masters Rust to Riches.
Did you hear us talking about the car the other day?
I don't like cars though. So I don't know why it sent me that except for this lady bending over the fucking engine.
I didn't know how to get your attention.
in the lowest cut shirt I've ever seen. Dude, this even got something to do with cars.
Is this cars and titties? Like,
right.
This?
None of this Rust to Riches. None of this is, and like, I'm sure they could have sent me any screen cap. A lot of times they send me the screen cap with a black person in it for something. Mm-hmm. It'd be one black person in the whole fucking thing. They'd be like, make sure you watch this. And then I go click on it and I'll be like, where's the black person? They're like, oh, they don't get here to episode 5 and then they die. So, but we knew how to get you to click and that's it. But yeah, this one, I was like, Netflix, y'all gotta chill, okay? Like, I know y'all tracking my phone. They're like, look at the Reddits he be on. He want to see he want to see hanging boobs.
He said something about cars, y'all.
Then
so we're gonna combine the algorithm.
This is a little deep, maybe a little deep.
Okay.
And I don't mean this as as insulting as it's gonna come off. Okay. So I'm just preparing y'all so y'all won't feel too insulted. Because I know a lot of people like this person. But this video went viral. It was Z-Way talking to George Santos. Now, do you know who Z-Way is?
I was about
Karen
to say.
does not know who Z-Way is. News.
Hey, I like this.
News. Who news?
I like that because I was about to say, who the hell is a Z-Way?
Karen doesn't know who Z-Way is. Z-Way, I believe, is like an actress. I don't know if she's a comedian too, but I know her biggest claim to fame is that she started these like Instagram lives during the pandemic, I believe during the pandemic, but around that is when she blew up. And she would have like celebrities on and she would ask them really pointed questions that were uncomfortable, right? And then actually ended up getting a TV show.
Ah, okay.
That had 2 seasons, I believe, on like either Showtime or one of those.
Okay.
And it was, popular enough. It got, like Us, it didn't make it past the writer strike. They came and said, black talk shows? I don't think so.
I don't think you got to go.
That's enough talking Negroes.
We have met our quota.
So, but, this has been her stick of like, she's had like Chet Hanks on.
Okay.
And then like, ask them some questions about like, how come you be saying the N-word or something, and people would share the clips. People kind of like awkward shit like this, especially the younger generation. This is huge with the younger generation. It's why people hate that little white girl, Bobby, people that are our age that interviews rappers and shit. But she interviews more than rappers, but she does the same thing. She's awkward. She acts nonplussed. And then she asks questions that are a bit rude, but people that are younger than us actually like that shit. And they're like, yes, oh, we love Bobby, we love Z-Way, we love, So my thing with her content, I kind of haven't really been digging it because I realized pretty early that it actually kind of is like a roast where you kind of allow a person that's actually pretty fucked up to go on your platform. You ask them the tough questions, but they mostly brush it off. And then not only do they look like more magnanimous for like laughing with you and kicking it with you, right? They look, because it looks like, oh, Chet Hayes was able to be confronted about this, and he took his punishment like he was held accountable, quote unquote.
But he didn't really answer the
but
question.
he doesn't change. Nothing's really going to happen to him.
Correct.
There's no accountability there.
Right.
It took 10-20 minutes. It's like going on Eric Andre or something. It's more like a gag than it's wow, this celebrity really learned their lesson.
Right. No, you can really take seriously.
Right. And then, of course, this another person that kind of goes in the Rolodex, and you're at the parties, you're kicking it with them. So how much can you hate these people for real?
Right, because you have to interact with them.
Yeah, and they came on your show because they felt like this would be good for their image. No matter how many times you do this, the next person goes, this is good for my image, So the lessons aren't being learned here. But the other part of it that also, and it's somewhat beyond her control, but it made me think, especially with like say Charlamagne goes on there, she asks him about hating black women and he can laugh it off and then you move on. And it's like, but that's a real question. That's a real critique grounded in something. Well, once you ask it like that, the critique becomes invalid. It becomes a joke. You made it a joke. So it's like you're really helping these people get PR image rehab, but it's couched as like what I would call access activism. I have access to these people, and then I'm making content out of grilling them. But ultimately, we're in it together. We're making content that allows them to continue to be in public spaces.
It's a win-win for everybody because I get my next big person because they know that they are,
and that person can pretend like, I confronted those questions, and they didn't, because it's not a serious platform in which they're engaging. So even when you try to level a serious critique, it is not being taken seriously because it's comedy to them.
Correct.
And once you can throw something in comedy, unless you're gonna hold someone's feet to the fire and be like, ain't no jokes for this segment, it's just going to end up being written off. And so I haven't really engaged with the content because of that. It's not knocking her right to exist. It's not knocking it's not for me.
Because it's a lane for that.
And I think younger people love this shit.
Right. Yeah.
They love this shit. I think the younger people, one day we'll have a discussion about them. The younger people are a bit more nihilistic about that kind of stuff because I think they've watched so many promises and institutions fail them and so many adults fail them that I really think they're on some like, none of this is real, fuck everything, type shit. But so George Santos, of course, gets kicked out of Congress for being a fucking liar and a crook and a criminal.
Right.
She immediately was on Twitter like, oh yeah, I need to interview him. And then his people hit her back like, we need to set this up. And even when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is like the ultimate example of like, this is more like a clout chasing thing than it's like
on
it's
both sides.
Yeah. And I've never like shitted on her or her stuff before. And I feel like people are going to turn on her now because of George Santos, but mostly they're going to turn on her because she's been successful.
Yeah. More than
the same
anything.
People that had pulled her up and said she was the shit when she was popping and had all the celebrities on the list and had a TV show are now going to be like, this is too far. But I don't feel like George Santos is any further than the other motherfuckers that she had on the show and everybody laughed about with her asking tough questions to those people. So I don't even really feel like this should be the last straw for people. But you fucked with George Santos and you tried to help that scorpion across the river. And this is what ensued.
What could we do to get you to go away?
Stop inviting me to your gigs.
So no Dancing with the Stars?
No.
No RuPaul's Drag Race?
I haven't got that invite yet. I'd love to go read a...
The lesson is to stop inviting you places.
But you can't. Because people want the content.
What could we do?
Right. He knows he's not stupid.
Clear. Like
he's not stupid.
He cleared her because that's the thing of the Trump era, and people like him to me are the real legacy of the Trump era.
Yes.
The country was already racist and shit before that.
Yes, they were.
Like the race, like trying to put racism and hate crimes and shit on Trump specifically is such a waste of time because he may have escalated things, but that shit existed. But this, like the clout chasing, inexperienced, lying, no need to go by any of the rules, that shit is a Trump thing. Like some of these Congress people now, Marjorie Taylor Greene, your Lauren Boeberts, your Matt Gaetz, that's the real legacy.
That's the generation of Trump, basically.
Yeah, yes. I got elected. It don't mean nothing. I'm not trying to govern.
Nothing.
I'm more worried about my Twitter account and my interviews and my social media than any of this other shit, period. I'm grandstanding. I don't care about like anything I'm supposed to as an elected official, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he broke something down, and it's the same thing that we felt when we talked about how much MSNBC would put Trump on your TV, knowing he was lying and shit. And this is before he even won office, right? But we would talk about these things and be like, they're addicted to the content. Because they know if you put them on TV, you're going to get clicks.
Of course.
And so part of this feels like he broke it down and said, you are inviting me places. I'm on your platform because you need the clicks. You need the content. Not me. You're trying to shame. You can't shame me because you opened the door and let me in like a vampire.
You can't shame me because they have no shame. I don't know why people don't understand that.
So yeah, I just thought it was I thought that clip was so indicative of a lot of things I think, about clout and content and stuff I try to talk about. And look, we could be the ones wrong. Our show could possibly be a bigger show if we were doing this kind of shit. Like maybe that's the reason we're not, on the top of the list anywhere. But shout out to Trinidad and Tobago. Y'all know what's up. Mm-hmm. Shout out. We lying with y'all. But maybe that's why we're not on that sensationalistic list. And maybe different people would be listening to us if we were doing hey man, I don't care if the motherfucker's about to say some wild shit. We need to get Candace Owens on our show like Bill Maher did. We need to get George Santos on our show because it's a good get, as opposed to being like, I would never let these fucking grifters on my platform because fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a joke to me, it's for real. And the fact that these are the clips coming out of that interview that you shared, that you put it in there, it does say something about clout over everything. It's Kirk Franklin running circles around Shannon Sharp mentally, but Shannon Sharp shared that shit because he said, hey, clout over everything. People gonna share this clip, even if it's just to chastise me. So that's how it made me feel.
And also, I know it sounds weird, but just the way, just the cadence and the tone and the way they've been back and forth, that shit almost sound like a skit. Or am I losing my mind?
It's not scripted, but it's just the awkward thing that they do.
Yeah. So if I didn't know this, I would be like, oh, this is like the Eric Andre show. Yeah. I'm not trying to be funny because I was like, when I was watching it, I was going, okay, is somebody gonna pop up and be like, gotcha? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just old, y'all. For people like me, this fucks up my reality because I was like, what the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. Like what? Like actually, what am I watching? And the thing is, he's telling her the truth about her platform, and I'm assuming, so she got to be like, okay.
I mean, it's been true about a lot of the guests she's had. He's just the first one to truly say it. Like I said, Chet Hanks, that's the same principle to me.
Okay,
you're bringing him to shame. You're bringing him there to shame him, but you brought him there.
But you bought him.
So what's the shame really? The fact that you're sharing the stage with that person says something about you saying we're somewhat equals, or we have an ability to exchange. And I think also, just because I know how talk shows and stuff work, they're not treating the people like that. So like when George Santos shows up to the studio, they're giving him the green room. He's getting something to drink. Ain't no one disrespecting him. There's no real beef there. And after the cameras cut off, there's a little kiki and hey, thank you for doing this and shit. Like right. It ain't what it's made to look like on the clip where it's like, I asked him a real question. He broke down that shit so fucking well and just got to the heart of the matter. And I feel like that shit, people kind of play themselves with that. All right, that's it. That's it for Who News. News.
I like that. That's a motherfucking bop. Cause Chad, I don't be knowing.
Well, it is time to do the thing that we do every year. Karen, you were asking me about this.
I about to say, I figured out it was about that time of year.
It normally takes a while because it's long. But the 2023 Pornhub year in review.
Let's go. It's however long it takes.
All right. You know you want to hear it, even if you pretend that you don't.
Right?
You're disgusted, but you're not. Because we got the stats to prove that
we got the stats. Somebody been watching.
The trends that define 2023. Number one, the golden age. Meaning old people. People want to fuck older people. Mature searches grew by 77%. With the second most popular category among men being mature cougar. MILF was the second most searched term worldwide, while DILF terms, including muscle DILF, grew 71%. Dads I like to fuck.
Okay.
Granny searches gained 132%. GILF by 168%, with terms like sexy granny and hot GILF trending.
They like them. Oh, they was like the fuck. They was like, you know what? Oh, you know what? Grandma got a house, a 401k. Y'all, they looking around at their peers going, shit, we all broke. She can get me out my student loan debt.
Julie, if you're still listening, girl,
come on, she can afford a car.
Okay. The hard times might be over. Start that OnlyFans.
Come on, I can give a girl truth, and I ain't got to worry about picking up 4 roommates.
I'm just saying. I don't know what's happening in the nursing homes and everything, and with the Walmart greeters, but they out here.
They looking for you.
It's never too late. Professor LCH, the Smilodon returns.
Come on, Smilodon.
Number 2, supersize. Terms like big, bigger, biggest grew by 177%. Searches for huge tits, huge cock, and huge dildo by 67%.
It's cuffing season.
People listen, it's cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
We've all been in the pandemic putting on that weight. People's like, listen, I like them bigger now. I thought I wasn't into this.
Apparently I am. Oh shit.
Massive searches went up 91%, while big boobs expanded 78%. Big booted was 83% big. I'd like to take a little credit for that one. The big tits category grew 31%, and BBW gained 24% to join this year's top 20, just behind big ass and big dick.
Come on, BBWs.
Finally, sex machines is the number 3 trend. The top trending search, Android, grew 1,689%, including terms like Android cosplay and Android roleplay. Robot searches like sex robot, 3D robot grew 304%, and machine searches like sex machine went up 88%. NPC, non-playable character searches, went up 1,541%.
I didn't know that was a category. I might have to check that out. So what do you just do? You just repeat the same thing 45 times?
Well, remember that woman that had that went super viral, and I remember at the time being like, isn't this like a sex kink thing? And people like, no, it's just that. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but I understand humans better than y'all. They are clearly jacking off to this.
Right.
I don't know what they get out of it, but one, that woman was attractive.
Yes.
And two, it was like some weird, it felt weirdly sexual.
Yeah.
Even her voice felt like the fake sexy voice people put on as like phone operators. Like,
yes.
So yeah, I guess
it was hilarious, but yeah. So yes, like you say, it's some sexual behind it.
Yeah, I guess we've been playing so many video games. People are like, I want to fuck the Overwatch robots and shit. I don't want to just play as them.
They got some hentai out there on them, so trust. Any video game you play, they got them fucking somewhere.
The number 4 trend, uniforms. Uniform grew by 243%, led by military uniform, cop uniform, and man in uniform. I guess we don't want to abolish the police. We want to fuck the police.
Apparently we do.
Soldier went up by 332%, with female soldier outranking military soldier and gay soldier. Uniform and soldier searches were often combined with terms like uniform cosplay, soldier roleplay, and soldier amateur. I didn't know. Sexual healing. Therapy searches were up 344% this year, including increases of 566% in Canada. Of course, they're more healthier than us, and 541% in Australia.
Oh, so people are like therapists, and they basically fucking the therapist.
They're on Pornhub searching for some type of therapy. There is a therapy porn series.
Yes.
I think it's called like Perv Therapy or something.
Yes.
Which I've never listened to the word, so I don't know what it's like. I'm not going to actually listen to people have therapy. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Sex is the answer.
Yeah. He's my dad and I'm his stepdaughter and we just trying to fix our relationship. You know what to fix it? Some porn perv therapy. Y'all need to fuck. Like, it's not like they've ever had one of those videos where no one fucks. So you get to the end, they're like, that was a good session. See you next week.
Right?
Like, what the fuck?
You have a sex couch with no sex? The fuck is this?
Not America, but I guess sexuality is so weird because, like, these things are in the zeitgeist, right? Your video games and NPCs, war, soldiers, Ukraine, that's happening in Palestine. People getting bigger because we're putting on weight in the pandemic and all this stuff. People getting older, all this stuff. And it's like it's in our brains. And then we're like, I got to jack off to this.
I got to find this somewhere.
Everyone's like, we need therapy. They think Draymond Green needs therapy. Like, everyone's getting therapy.
Yes, they are.
Like, no one, it just needs to do right or be told that everyone just needs therapy. And this month, like, we are like, you know what? 1-800 therapist. And I got to jack off to it. Got to. Sexual healing. So yeah, they also said physical healing results like massage therapy.
I've seen those.
Shout out to Deshaun Watson.
Nah, that's a type of role. That's the wrong type.
Well, look, it ain't what he want because it's consensual, so he wouldn't be okay with this.
Right.
Therapy, sex, 121%. Foot therapy. Okay.
Them-
My foot's freaks out there. I'll
them
see y'all.
homosexuals.
That's up by 219% foot therapy.
People love feet.
Professional terms like massage therapists were up 62%, sex therapists 55%, and even personal trainer grew 85%.
Not the personal trainers. I've seen those too.
All right, most search terms of 2023. And this is the first one is a little bit of surprise. But I feel like it's always higher on the list than I thought it would be. But now it's number 1.
What's that?
Hentai.
That's my jam.
I know, shit.
I like because I love.
Is this like rooting for your favorite movie at the Oscars? You're like, yes, we did it, hentai.
Yes, we did it. The shit everybody look at, but like, who watches that? Who?
The Academy finally recognized.
But like, I am the who.
But it's number 1.
It's
so
a lot of other motherfuckers. And the thing about it, hentai is different from like cartoons, because a lot of times when people think of hentai, they want to mesh those brands together. But they're different brands.
There's also like live action stuff they do now with hentai. But here's the thing: I have to give anime all the credit. It blew up. Shout out to Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. They got people over there jacking off. Good for y'all.
For real though.
MILF, lesbian, Japanese.
Just Japanese.
Just Japanese. Which listen. I like all these categories. Panay.
What the hell is that?
I think that's like Filipino or something. I feel like that's from let me look that up. I feel like that's also kind of like Japanese, where it's actually, it's Filipino.
Okay.
Filipino people, Panay. And I gotta say, for Japanese, to me, it's not just race. They're not just saying I want to see a Japanese person have sex. Japanese porn is different.
It is.
Like it have plots and like recurring actors and shit. It's not
and shit. Yes.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to even know Japanese to be like, oh my god, you get caught up in the story. I have to be careful.
Yeah, she be like, oh my god, no, she didn't cheat on you
Right.
with your ex-husband, baby mama.
Right. Like, let me put my dick away. I think this woman's gonna fuck her daughter's husband.
Right, and then you be like, where's part 2 of this?
Don't she know that when they moved in together, with her and the dad, that if they're found out, they're gonna get kicked out, and then the daughter's gonna be mad. Like it's a whole thing going on.
It really is, y'all.
I'm like, I don't think the student council
is gonna
approve
with this.
Like they have actors in Japanese porn that don't fuck. They just be in there to act like, and not like 1 or 2 people, like a lot of people. Like it's a class of all these people, and then anyway, it's a lot. Panay, anal, which went up 1 spot. Japanese actually fell 2 spots this year. Oh, you know what? Asian fell a spot too. I wonder also how much of that was secretly coronavirus stuff.
Yeah,
people in America, especially, we care about like a lot of people were hating Asian people. Stop Asian hate, and what do? Go jack off to the thing they hate.
Yes, they do.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, Latina went up 3 spots.
Come on, Latina!
Shout out to y'all. Y'all coming up. Big ass went down a spot. Man, tough year for us.
Tough year for big ass.
Okay, we was trying. Okay, we put in a yeoman's effort. It's been tough for us for a few years now.
At least you didn't go down by a lot.
Yeah, I blame everybody getting the butt reduction surgeries and stuff. Okay.
Somebody said Ozempic.
It was what?
Ozempic
fucked us up, y'all. A big ass. We was in here for a second. Stepmom went down a spot. Anime went up 4 spots. What did I say about hentai? What did I tell y'all? Anime went up 4 spots. Threesome down 2 spots. Ebony down 1 spot. Massage is down 1 spot. Cream pie went up 1 spot. Okay. The pandemic is over, y'all. We back.
The pandemic is over. They was like, buzzy wide open.
We back up.
We creaming them pies.
What happened to getting coronavirus through the sperm? We don't care. We don't care. We off that.
No, we is off that.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care.
Now this is a shocking one. Big tits fell 2 spots.
Oh, not the big titties.
But shout out to Gangbang holding on to the same spot. Same spot.
Gangbang like we ain't going nowhere.
BBC went up 3 spots.
Apparently, somebody was looking for it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what happened. Maybe Black Lives Matter had a resurgence. I don't know. I remember after George Floyd, BBC was near the top. I remember that year. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, everybody looking for it.
They're
Apparently,
like, don't kill them all. I got a nightstick to hit you with. Blowjob fell 2 spots, so did Public. Plus 12 spots. Fem Boy. F-E-M Boy. Which I imagine is like an emo maybe guy.
okay.
Like, obviously it's a very regressive term, but a man who displays traditionally feminine characteristics. And I do wonder who is that for is it for straight people, straight women, straight men? Is it for gay people? I do wonder, like,
the audience,
because plus 12 spots mean a lot of people was
watch,
into that.
Yes, and it also a lot of times these porn things aren't just for the targeted group. Like it's people that are kind of fluid in a lot of different areas, and they will watch a very
like. And does
porns.
it count when it's, you know, is it like Jonathan Majors in a blouse? Are y'all counting that as Fem Boy? Or does it have to look like a skinny emo kid? I don't know the rules.
I don't know what the qualifications is.
POV, same spot as before. Amateur, down 2 spots. And you know what? That's not amateur's fault. Okay, let me speak up for the amateur.
Okay.
The problem with amateur porn now is that it's actually professional porn.
It is.
You know,
they pump it as amateur.
Yeah.
And people go, no, dog. I know amateur porn when I see it. Like
the New York Times got their way. They won. They said we need to clean up what is on these websites. I'm not fighting them over that. I think they're right. But if you clean it up, by nature, what is amateur becomes professional, right?
Right.
The only way you can post this stuff to these sites, you got to verify your address, your identification, your age, all that stuff. And I think the allure of a lot of people that used to post amateur porn, the ones that were on the up and up, I'm not talking about your criminals and shit.
Yeah, the ones that was like, I want to post stuff out there, but
a lot of that was
anonymity.
Exactly.
Yes.
I need to be anonymous. And here's like, I'm getting off on this idea of me and so. Once you start being like, need your license, they like, fuck it. Go ahead and let Bang Bros pretend that they shit is amateur.
Right.
So that's what I think happened to amateur porn. That's why it's near the bottom. It used to be near the top. Cosplay, down 2 spots, similarly. Trans, up 10 spots.
Somebody watching.
Because it's the same shit as always. Like, the thing, Republicans have been pushing this anti-trans legislation even harder since Roe v. Wade was overturned. And so now you're left with this, like, people that are obsessed about these other people's bodies. And I think a lot of that stuff has always been sexual. I don't think it's like the amount of disdain and anger, and it never felt like truly just like, no, because it's threatening my religion. If it's something sexual and you're repulsed at your own urges and shit, because who hate people that much? It's the same reason you go state by state and you look and it's like whatever that state is known for being hating is exactly what the
number one porn.
The number one porn is. Indian -1. Now I'm surprised at that.
Me too. I'm surprised it went down.
Yeah, but also like I wonder how much of that is just the quality of Indian porn is bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A lot of that stuff isn't very high quality.
I don't know if it's just like a religious thing or something I don't understand culturally, but it's they not doing it the way we do it. Okay, it's a lot of like, you know, it's a lot. It's not as exploitative as our porn, for lack of a better term.
Right.
They actually seem to like, you know, care and love each other a little bit and not want to just, you know, exploit each other. Korean went down 3 spots, which wow. I mean, I feel like Squid Games had everybody ready for some Koreans.
Yes, they did.
What happened? But also, I feel like Korean culture also is less porny than us. You know, I feel like a lot of our culture, we've just accepted like it's very sexual, it's very open and pushing. And I think a lot of these cultures are like, no. You're not gonna find a stash of a bunch of Muslim porn. You're gonna find a bunch of people that put Latin women in hijabs and pretend it's Muslim porn, because it's just Muslim people ain't trying to do that shit. At least not from, maybe if they were from here, possibly. Black went down a spot, but it's near the bottom of this top 50. Damn. Well, y'all really stopped. So y'all fuck with the BBC up 3 spots, but Black is down 1 spot, and Ebony, of course, is way up there. Interesting. Animation is up 18 points.
Yes, animation and hentai are not the same, y'all.
Right.
I watch both. It is different.
Right. But once you go down the rabbit hole,
Mm-hmm.
that's all, Doc.
Yep.
Or that's all, folks. What's up, Doc? I mixed up, too. Trying to get a joke in
Who
about...
you think you is, me?
Trying to get a joke about animation and Looney Tunes. Anyway. And lastly, up 12 spots, mature. Up mature. The most popular performers.
Oh shit.
Here's where we find out just how fucking racist everyone is, guys. Here we go.
Here we go.
How many white people before we get to somebody brown or black? Let's find out.
Plus or minus 7.
Karen's going with 7. All right, I know the answer, but let's see.
Okay.
Bella Danger, number 1, which is always interesting when somebody kind of doesn't do as much as they used to and they're still number 1. Because it's just people go looking for the hits.
Yeah.
Angela White, number 2. Still white women, guys. Eva Elfie, I don't know. Eva Elfie, I don't think I know her work, but I always suck at this one because it's always the same looking type of white woman, and I'm just
same body shape.
Yeah, it's not normally stand out to me. Not to be racist, but it's just like
all of them look the same.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's the same white woman with blonde hair, and which she is. Lana Rhodes, another white woman. Violet Myers up plus 5 points. What's interesting, she don't really do a lot of point anymore, but I believe she is the first brown person, even though she's white passing. But she is the promise that we thought we were getting with Elle Knox. So, shout out to her. Riley Reid, another white woman. Mia Khalifa did porn for like 90 days. About 5, 6, 8 years ago.
She has not done porn since, and she be always charting in the top 10.
And props
like
to her.
A boss.
Props to her marketing, really. Because a lot of it is based off of social media and Twitter and stuff, and people are still going back to find the hits. Like she just stayed popping, and they be like, "I got to do it." Sky Bree, I don't know Sky Bree. I'm imagining same white woman. Yep, I was right.
Same body structure, yeah.
Johnny Sins is our first dude on the list.
Oh shit, it's a dude on the list?
Yeah, and
because the women dominate on this list now.
Yeah, I do know this bald head looking dude, because I've seen him in different porn.
Shit, I probably have to.
Yeah,
I just don't know his name.
I just don't know.
Yeah, he don't stand out like Mr. Marcus and some of them other dudes.
Yeah, they stood out for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, the wrong reasons, yes, but they stood out.
Yeah, but he's the first dude on here. I thought it was gonna be a dude that did like gay porn or something, but he went up 2 spots. Mia Malkova, another same white woman. Jordi El Nino Pola. I don't know this person. Jordi El Nino Pola. This is the other part that sucks is it's a dude. I do know this dude. So this makes so much sense because the MILF porn is trending. There's a dude, Jordy, who specializes in fucking women while looking like he's a high schooler or something. Yeah, he's probably, I'm sure he's a grown ass man, but he's 5'7".
He looks younger than the ladies.
Yeah, and it's always like, oh man, can you help me with my homework? Also,
Yes.
So damn, he
made a whole lane for himself. Make that money.
Emily Willis, same white woman. Alex Adams. I don't know Alex Adams.
I don't think I've heard of Alex Adams.
I feel like that Google is just gonna return a bunch of people. I don't know. Like Alex Adams is a generic name.
Ain't it?
Oh, it's a dude. It's a dude.
Okay.
Oh, like he go both ways. He's bi. So shout out to him. I don't know if Johnny Sins is bi or whatever, but that might be our first bi person on this list. He went up 5 spots. Lena Paul, Brandy Love, shout out to MAGA, Randolph's favorite. Lexi Luna, Lena the Plug. That's the woman that's married to the No Jumper dude that does that podcast.
Yeah.
And she cuckolded him with a black dude, and that performer, the black dude, did an interview talking real bad about the dude. Like talking like she just must have needed some real meat, like And I don't know how much of that was real and how much of that was selling the tape, but I just
Right.
remember being like, oh man, her name is now everywhere because of that video. Autumn Falls, she kind of fell off and stopped doing stuff, but I think a lot of people on this list slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
La Serena 69, she fell 7 spots.
Mm.
That's a big fall. That's a big fall.
Ain't it though?
Corey Chase fell 5 spots. Natasha Nice went up 3 spots. I do know her work because she put on weight. So I'm like, oh, she's thick now. I remember this white lady. The rest of y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all look fucking generic.
I declare, y'all all look the same.
Y'all do
Same
something.
body shape and everything.
Cut her arm off. Do something.
To stand
Get an eye
out.
patch. So you got to get a gimmick. Skylar Vox, another person that hasn't really worked lately. Ray Lil Black. I think is she the first Asian person?
Might be.
I think that's the first Asian person,
person
which is
on the-
interesting because Asian and all that stuff had moved. Oh no, it had moved down on the list this year because of my theory that because coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Aliza Ibarra went up 46 spots. God damn.
MVP apparently.
Who the fuck is? I feel like I know her name, but I feel like she's one of these. Yeah, she's one of these generic white ladies. Alexis Texas went up 2 spots. But what's interesting about Alexis Texas is she finally fucked a black dude.
Yeah.
After years of not fucking black dudes. She fucked one black dude. And I guess all's forgiven for the rest of you weak ass niggas. I am the Randolph Terrence not watching the NFL because of Colin Kaepernick of Alexis Texas. Which is sad because Randolph watched Alexis Texas. And I'm like, no, I will kneel for the anthem. Adriana Chechich, Savannah Bond, shout out to the Australians. She's in there. She moved up 11 spots. Alexis Fox plus 14 spots. And lastly, Ava Adams, who fell off, down 6 spots. Then they have like all the amateur models. I don't want to be an asshole, but most of these, it's not that I don't know any of them, but it's a lot that I don't know.
Right.
So, I'll give you some though. I'm most viewed amateur models. Candy Love, Sweetie Fox, Porn Force, which is not a model. I guess they must count like if you have like if that's your brand, your account.
Okay.
Yin Yi Lion, Yin Li Leon, I do know her work. All right. Somebody, I liked one of her Instagrams, and one of the homies sent me like a DM, a text like, "Oh, nigga, what you doing?" I'm like, "Oh no, you don't understand. I have no shame on my Instagram, so me liking Yin Yi Leon is not news.
A big thing." Yes,
you didn't catch me as much as I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people like, and Rod.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I have no respectability about this. Okay, who gives a fuck? Like, oh no, I jack off too? Whoa, what kind of world is this? Maybe if I get a real job that I have to worry about this. But as of right now, I work for me. All right, most search terms of 2023 for the United States.
Okay,
number 1 is lesbian. I didn't see that coming because we had hentai and anime and stuff at number 1. Lesbian is number 1. MILF is number 2. Hentai is number 3. It fell 2 spots. So in the US, it actually fell 2 spots. In the globe, it's number 1.
Okay.
Latina went up a spot. Ebony. Now see, this makes sense. See, them other lists was for the globe. Now we got to the USA.
Yeah.
They hate us. So black gonna be by the top.
Yes. They like to call us ebony.
They hate.
You can't say black. You put black in there, your search ain't gonna be too good. You got to say ebony if you want us. Honestly,
if you look at this list in a different way, it's lesbian, which is anti-LGBTQ in America, right?
Yes, sir.
MILF, that's also women, and we
woman.
their right to choose.
Right.
Hentai, that's Asians. Latina, that's immigrants in America. Ebony, that's blacks. Asian, stop Asian hate. Like that first 6, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Then big ass, BBC, which I think should be added to ebony. It's really the same. It's 2 sides of the same coin.
Ebony / BBC. Why we playing?
It's like, how can we otherize and fetishize your race? For the men, it's the dick. For the women, it's just the skin. Ebony's. Threesome. Threesome fell 2 spots.
Oh shit.
Loneliness is an epidemic, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Cream pie went up 1 spot, and I say that's because of Roe v. Wade. Okay, now it's a fantasy.
It is a fantasy. People going, I'm not doing that bullshit now. Ain't no more rhythm method.
It's #1 in Alabama and Florida. Stepmom fell 3 spots. Now I got to speak up at this point. What happened to the incest, guys? Are we off that now?
That shit used to be like #1 for years.
It was #1 like a year ago. Are we done? We all done with the incest? I'm okay if we're done with the incest because it was always weird fake incest that I never really like it. Like it was not us trying to really be in the incest, right? As a culture, it was just making these people have to act, which really made no sense.
Right?
It was like, oh, you're a good stepmom. I'm like, what is happening?
What is going on?
Give me
here?
that dick step, bro. I'm like, stop, please. Just stop talking.
Yeah. I love you, stepdad. Why are we still
No one
talking?
wants to no one wants to see real incest. So let's just we threw that one out. We don't actually want to see that shit. And then this fake shit is so ridiculous that anyway. Stepmom failed 3 spots. That makes sense. Anal is same as always, steady, right in the hole, right in the spot that it's always at. Big tits went up 2 spots. Black went up 3 spots.
Just black.
That doesn't count for Ebony for some reason. Massage went up 3 spots. Anime same spot. Femboy up 2 spots. Gangbang up 12 spots.
Ooh, Gangbang might be the MVP of this list.
I feel like Gangbang went up all those spots because we out the house.
We is out the house.
We need human contact. And what's more contact than 12 guys at a glory hole? Come on.
All the contact you want.
Up 7 spots is POV. I wonder if that's because the phones and the VR headsets and all that. Or maybe it's just loneliness. That's the most selfish you can be is from your perspective. I don't know.
That's a good question.
I'm not a POV guy, really.
Me either.
Blowjob, same spot as always. This one hurts. Japanese fell 11 spots in the U.S. You xenophobic assholes.
I guess since coronavirus is over.
I guess so.
The hate kind of
keep in mind, coronavirus came from China, but we're racist here, so it don't matter.
Right.
It don't matter. We're not smart enough.
Right. That's why I said it because that's how we think.
That's why it stopped Asian hate, not stop Chinese hate, because people here are that racist. Public fell 1 spot. I'm surprised. I thought that would be up there with Gangbang as far as like we back outside, but I guess not. BBW fell 4 spots in America. Black girl is a different category and fell 1 spot. So you got black girl, Ebony, BBC, a lot of references to black that interesting. Thick Latino went up 2 spots. Well, hey, now we're talking.
Hey, they was like, I don't want any of them. Right. I want them thick.
I want them thick. Okay, listen, thick anything. I'm on it. Squirting fell 2 spots.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I guess people are not into that.
I guess they're not anymore.
Mature went up 9 spots. JOI fell 2 spots. JOI is jack off instructions.
Oh.
So it's the videos where the person's talking to the camera and being like, jack your dick like this and do this and do that. And don't come to tell you that.
Okay, I've never seen them before.
I think it's like a power thing. White dudes probably, I feel like it's a white man category.
Okay.
Like I need somebody to tell me what to do because no one else in life can ever. I need a woman to make me feel like I don't have all the privileges. Amateur up 1 spot and cheating up 9 spots.
Everybody back outside. So people that was loyal, they were only loyal because they couldn't get a hold of nobody else to be disloyal.
That's a great psychological point. The other thing too, cheating is like amateur porn, right? So like 5 years ago, if you put cheating in search engine, on a porn site, you probably would get some real people actually cheating.
Yeah, with their
But
real
now,
names and shit. Yeah.
You can't put, if you put cheating in, you're gonna get a scene from browsers pretending that it's cheating.
From Bang Bros pretending that it's cheating.
Very interesting. Let's go by state. You know I love the states.
Ah, shit now.
So we'll start at the bottom. Florida. Their state search term is fantasy. Fantasy.
I can see that because Ron DeSantis ain't nothing real. That makes complete fucking sense.
Oh yeah. Normally it's what you hate the most though. So I'm surprised fantasy. But I don't know. You know, it's different. Georgia, Ebony Solo.
Not Ebony. Not only is we Ebony Solo. Shit, they don't need no help.
Because just like the black voters in Georgia, they had to do it by themselves.
Yeah.
Ebony Solo. Shout out to Stacey Abrams.
Come on.
South Carolina, high heels. Now I wonder how much that's about Lindsey Graham. All right, I'll move on.
Possibility.
North Carolina, bubble butt. And I like to take credit for that one. Okay.
I see bubble butt, yes.
I did enough searching for us all, guys. Virginia is smoking.
Like smoking a cigarette? Smoking a cigarette?
Oh, there's a genre of porn where people smoke cigarettes and have sex.
Oh, that's right. It is. Well, it's a whole thing. Yes.
I can't do it. I'm just like, y'all gonna put a fucking hole in the sheets.
Yeah, right.
Where's the ashtray?
That's the whole time I'm going, is we gonna start a fire?
Right.
Does the fire alarm work? Well, is this place up to fire code? So I can't watch that either.
I know it smells crazy up in there for real. Actually.
Yes.
Nip slip is West Virginia.
Not the nip slip.
Checking off the lip slip. You know what? I do this segment. I try not to judge. If that's what you into, that's what you into.
Yeah.
I just have never.
Because somebody looking, I hope a nipple comes out.
Yeah.
Is a nipple gonna come out today?
They just watching the Janet Jackson NFL halftime over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
Is that a nipple?
Maryland is glory hole.
Oh.
Delaware is college.
Just college.
It's
a lot of colleges around there.
They're like, listen, we dumb as hell. We hate these motherfucking educated people. Gotta jack off to them. New Jersey is Turkish.
What that mean? Turkish delight? What the hell is that?
Turkish porn. I guess Turkey, like the country. But I would have thought New York City would be Turkish because that's who the fuck Eric Adams been getting all his money from. A little political humor for y'all. I still got it. District of Columbia might be my favorite one. And this is my home away from home. District of Columbia. I like on Spotify for my year wrapped up, it said DC was the music that I listened to the most, like the city that I was the most in common with. And damn it if the porn ain't the same, apparently, okay? District of Columbia, big ass cop. I'm afraid of police. I hate cops.
They like their cops thick.
I need to look into this category.
Not any type of cops. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Let me get my ass whooped by a big ass cop.
Everybody's spanking it to what they're afraid of. I'm surprised I haven't even thought of searching this.
Me either.
I don't even know how. I'll be so conflicted. I don't even know what that would be like watching a big ass cop. Like, oh gosh, she gonna beat me and it's jiggling. I don't need this.
Too much action.
Mrs. Officer, stop twerking on me. New York was body swap. It's
like a partner swap.
Body swap. I'm guessing like your mind goes into the other person's mind, so it's probably just actors acting as the woman acts like the man acts like I don't know,
something like that.
Something
yeah,
like
okay,
that,
I get that. Yes, that makes sense.
Connecticut, double vaginal.
Oh, double vaginal.
Yeah,
not double penetrated, but double vaginal.
Right, and this isn't the number one term. It's the most searched term compared to the other states.
Okay,
so
right.
This is the unique one. Double vag in Connecticut.
For the United States.
Rhode Island is doggy style. Well, they keeping it old school.
Yes.
Massachusetts is orgasm. They're like, I just need somebody to come. It don't matter how or who.
There's nothing else to do, Sal.
I need
cornfields. Yeah, something got to turn me on out this bitch.
Vermont is POV blowjob. Shout out to Bernie Sanders. New Hampshire is Pierce. Maine is thruple. Pennsylvania, big boobies. Boobies.
Not eating titties. They go boobies.
All right,
You know that's a white state.
restrict Pennsylvania's access. Everyone's 13. Okay, maybe we do need to card people before they can get on the internet. Big boobies.
Who's putting boobies in the search engine?
Shout out to Ohio, small dick. I see y'all. Okay, y'all like we not judges. Motion in the ocean. Kentucky is bouncing boobs.
Oh, okay. So they like to see him jiggle.
Yeah, Indiana is chubby. Michigan is bondage. Wisconsin is swingers. Illinois is ass eating. They keeping it old school at this point.
Apparently, so.
Ass eating was all the rage a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota is tickling
I've
porn.
never seen that porn.
I feel like I've seen stuff with feathers and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know enough about the tickling game. Cartoon porn is Iowa. Transformation is Missouri, which I don't know what that means. Is that a different way of saying trans, but they in Missouri, so they try to use the whole word?
Yeah.
Or something?
So I trust. It's something more to that.
Tennessee is giantess or giantess. I guess a big woman.
Oh, like a tall woman.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a Steven Universe. Alabama, fingering myself.
Oh.
Mississippi is furry. Louisiana, big black dick, of course. Of course. Why wouldn't
the
it
thing
be?
you hate that they hate
Right.
the most?
The thing we lynched the black people for.
Yes. We don't want you to vote, but boy, we do like that big black cock.
Right. Arkansas is ass to mouth.
Ass to mouth.
Oklahoma is a term I don't understand and will never Google, but sex dick?
What the fuck is that?
What is sex dick?
I don't know, and I don't know if I want to find out.
Sex dick. Okay. Good. Congrats. Texas is creamy.
Not cream pie. This creamy.
Creamy.
Oh Lord, I don't think I want to look up creamy either.
I just want them creamy.
I tap out of that one. I mean, is it creamy from the body? Is it creamy because you added something? What does the cream come from?
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Apparently so.
The star,
Everything big in Texas, apparently. Even the cream
at night is big and bright. Deep
in the heart of Texas.
Kansas is close up. Nebraska is rub.
Not rub.
Just rub. I don't know if it's rub and tub, rub one out, massage type thing. South Dakota, shower sex. Which makes sense because a lot of white people there, they don't wash their legs in the shower. I get it.
And it's cold and shit, so I get it.
Yeah, and North Dakota, loud wet sex. So kind of similar.
That's like, we like ours in the tub. We don't
Right.
care. We just like it wet.
It's dry up here.
Apparently so.
We not retaining moisture in this atmosphere.
We up in the high elevations.
We need our sex to have some H2O with it. Montana, BDSM. Wyoming is goth. Wyoming.
Okay.
Idaho is dildo ride.
Okay.
Not
the dildo ride. Not,
right.
Okay.
Dildo ride. You gotta hop on that thing. Colorado is femdom, which I think is when women dominate the men.
I think that's what it is too.
I don't know if it means specifically they like put on a dildo and have sex with the men, but I don't think that's not what it means.
Right. It could be a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I don't think, like I haven't done the research on this one, but
not that category yet.
I've seen the what do you call it? The stills for the video.
The still moves when you move your finger across it.
Yeah.
You get like a 30-second preview.
I don't have to click on it to know like she's about to fuck him in his ass. Like I'll get it. Utah is Mormon, which a little on the nose.
Ain't it though?
You freaks. Y'all doing all that, no drinking, no this, no that. Y'all out here jerking the Mormon porn. New Mexico is Native American. Of course.
Right.
Arizona is car sex. Maybe because it's so hot they can't be in their cars. I don't know.
What did
What a fantasy.
So a lot of them be that dogging.
Dogging is not always car sex. Dogging is
Okay.
just people meeting up somewhere to have sex. Many times it's in a car, but it could be at a park. It could be
Okay, because most of the time I see them in the cars. That's why I said that.
Yeah. Nevada is Vegas, which porn is. There's like a big adult industry in Vegas but that's interesting. California is very specific. Asian stepmom. Very specific. What is going on, Callie? Y'all want to talk about it? Oregon is nudist.
That makes sense.
Washington, shout out to Washington. Okay, y'all the real ones. Sensual sex.
Oh,
Shout out to y'all. Y'all seem nice.
Right? That's like we ain't trying to be hardcore.
Meanwhile, Alaska is sex doll, which is interesting to me because, like, why not just get a sex doll? Like, why are you watching someone else have sex with a sex doll? That seems like the least amount of fun a sex doll could be.
I've seen that. I've actually seen hentai where somebody jacks off to watching hentai.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
So it's like an Inception.
Yeah, that's deep. It's meta out this bitch.
It is.
And lastly, Hawaii, search term, Hawaiian. We like ourselves.
It was like, what the fuck we going to the States for? We got it all right here.
Because aloha means coming and going. Okay. The top 20 countries by traffic in the world. Number 1, United States by a long shot. It's not close.
United States, we're number 1. We're number 1.
Hey,
we watch people fuck.
You ain't gotta put no plus or minus on that one. We number 1 and we stay number 1.
We clocking more hours than anybody.
The top 20 countries represent 78.5% of daily traffic. U.S. is number 1. Philippines, number 2. France, neck and neck with them. And the Philippines moved up 3 spots. Mexico, +2. United Kingdom, down 3. Not jerking it across the pond the way they used to. And I think, didn't the UK pass those like laws with you have to show ID or some shit? So maybe that knocked them down.
Mm-hmm.
But not too far down. Japan, Germany, Italy, Canada, Brazil, Spain, Poland, Australia, Ukraine. Wow. Still find the time.
Right? In the
Shout
middle
out to
in
y'all.
the war. Like, we gonna find the time.
Don't nothing stop.
Mm-mm.
Netherlands, Argentina, Colombia, Egypt, Chile, and Sweden. So, and now let's talk about how much time people are spending, guys.
This is gonna be the more interesting part.
Philippines, average time 11 minutes 15 seconds. Japan, 11 minutes 14 seconds. I think the Japan and Philippines is probably because they got storylines. You can't just straight up jack off. You gotta be like, all right, so they were having a tough time.
You gotta go through the plot, yes.
But then he invited his boss over to his house for dinner. But the way his boss was looking at his wife, I don't know if that was a good idea. 2 hours later, you like, oh my God, they getting a divorce. Egypt is 10 minutes and 48 seconds, but it's down 24 seconds, I guess, or 20 from last year. So they have less time now. They're like, man, we ain't got time to be jacking off all day. Netherlands, 10:38. Germany, 10:31. United Kingdom, 10:31. France, 10:22. Trying to see where United States isn't on here until like 5 spots later, and we're at 9 minutes and 57 seconds.
But we watch a lot of it.
We watch a lot, but a little bit shorter than everybody.
Yes. We bank more hours, but they're shorter.
Right. And Mexico is the lowest of this list, but it's up 69 spots. Nice. 9 minutes, 24 seconds.
MVP.
The average visit duration worldwide increased 15 seconds. For women specifically, 9 seconds for female viewers. So, and then when it comes to age, people over 65 up 77 seconds, 54 to 65 up 59 seconds, up
Outside,
25 seconds.
Open back up, and people are like, you know what?
I don't know. I mean, that's how much average time more they're spending on Pornhub.
I'm with you. I'm saying the time is up.
Yeah. Let's see. Favorite times to watch porn. If you said 10 to 1 a.m., you got it right. At nighttime, because guess what? The freaks come out at night.
Apparently so.
The lowest time to watch porn is Wednesday at 5 a.m. Nobody's watching it Wednesday, a hump day, ironically.
Ain't nobody humping. They're not watching humping.
Monday at 11 p.m. is the highest time.
Yeah, first day back at work.
I think that's just, I don't know. Like, what is football going off at that time?
About
the
that
nightly news. If you're just watching nightly news and you're so horned up, I don't know. It's like, oh my God, 7 murders. I don't know what's happening.
Right before you go to bed.
We kind of already did categories, so I'll skip that one. Top gaining categories: Korean plus 82%, which is interesting because the viewing numbers weren't that high, but the actual, I guess, category of how many more people are viewing it that went up is high. So Korean, Japanese, mature, cartoon, cosplay, anal, hentai, all the ones we went over earlier. Categories that have been viewed the longest: small tits. Does it just take longer? It's like it takes a while to get aroused. I'm challenging myself today. I don't know why that's so longer. Brunette, double penetration, hardcore, big ass, and big dick. Okay. Shortest, like it don't take you as much time to get what you need. Feet.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me somehow. Like it's very specific. Like, listen, I just can't need some feet. Oh. Yep. Solo male, scissoring, muscular men, fingering, and fisting. Could also mean there's not a lot of good videos, and maybe that's why they be like, that's enough.
Yes. Or when you find a good one, you save it.
Right. Then they have gay terms. Twink is number 1. Anime, Pinoy, Asian, hentai. Curious straight friends up 27 spots.
Oh shit, not curious. Straight friends.
Which, yeah. Which clearly is a thing.
It is a thing.
You know? I just want to see what that dick feel like. Oh, now I'm up 27 spots. Straight down 3 spots. So this curious straight up 27 spots. Regular straight, they're like, nah, you ain't curious enough for me. You seem a little okay with not getting no dick. No, thank you. Furry up 3 spots. Femboy up 12 spots. Oh, maybe that explains femboy at the top. Because remember I said I don't know what if it's straight, gay, what.
Right.
Black is down 5. Wow, way to go, LGBTQ nation. Way to go, gay people. Never guess. No blacks, but twink is number 1. So what the fuck? I heard the rules. That's right, I know. Korean. I heard y'all be racist. Shout out to Twitter. Korean is up 8 spots. BBC down 2 spots. Massage up 2 spots. Japanese down 6. Gang bang down 3. Big dick, public, glory hole, cruising, and doctor. All to round out those.
Cruising. They made like cruise ship, I'm assuming.
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. No, probably cruising. You know, like going to the park and shit. Like they call that cruising.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So then they go, what viewed more by women compared to men? Let's look at these categories. Scissoring, 196%.
Just women across the board, yes.
They 196% more likely to view it than men.
Yeah, and I wonder do they do a study that probably shows that women are more fluid with the sexual acts they watch.
I mean, I guess this is the study, what we're reading. Transgender, plus 175%. Pussy licking, plus 105%. Because men ain't got no interest in that.
None at all.
Okay, have you met them? Solo male, 85%. More than men watch it. Lesbian, 73%. Fingering, 71%. Romantic, 59%.
I can see that. Yeah.
Muscular men, 57%. Toys, 55%. Popular with women, 55%. Bisexual male, 47%. Threesome, 45%. Reality, 39%. Rough sex, 34%. And bondage, 33%. It got a little different at the end. It was like, and we still some freaks.
We are, and yeah, women is all over the place, you know, because for a lot of women, they have a tendency to just kind of go all over the place when it comes.
They're like,
to
not everybody gonna be romantic.
Even stuff that they might not want to happen to them in their real life, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm just curious. Let me watch."
Yeah. So, I think that's most of the like major things. Because then it goes into like different countries and like what gender people are in different countries when it comes to being on there and stuff. The average age of the Pornhub visitor is 37 years old. But you know, pretty much every demographic is represented, and as you get older it goes down because less people are alive at that age.
All right.
Gen Z, let's talk about the generation. Gen Z is in the cosplay number plus 146%. Hentai, interactive, smoking. Interactive feels like that NPC thing. Smoking, which is interesting because that's the generation
Isn't
where
it?
we're the most like, y'all can't have no
Cigarettes
cigarettes.
around us. We pass laws and
Yeah.
be like, get that shit out of our restaurant.
These True Social commercials was for y'all. Cartoon, feet, virtual reality, and female, male, FFM. Gen Y, that's 25 to 34. Muscular men, tattooed women, cosplay, role play, female, men, male, interactive, transgender, and Korean.
Mm.
Gen X, our generation. Scissoring, vintage, yes, that's the old school.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminds you of a fonder time, guys.
Yeah, we know it's digital. We watch that shit and it be looking like a VHS tape. We don't care.
You know, it's when all the boobs were real because we didn't have a choice.
And all the vaginas had hair.
And all the vaginas had hair. The men didn't have dick pills and the sex lasted 3 minutes because it took you 20 minutes to get it up and 3 to come because we didn't know to fake it for movies yet.
Right.
We were like, let's just depict what really happens. Men have sex very fast. And then someone said, why the fuck are we doing it? Ain't this a fantasy?
Right. Nobody want to see real sex.
Right. Vintage, transgender, up 24%, fingering 22%, strap-on, fisting, bukkake, and small tits. And boomers, what are they watching?
What are they watching?
Smoking, because they remember back in the day when them cigarettes first came out.
And it's a higher percentage of them that smoked at some period of time or might be still smoking.
It was hot when they came up. The movie stars all did it.
Mm-hmm.
Transgender, 58%. Okay, old freaks.
Oh,
I see y'all trying to branch out and be inclusive. Even though y'all probably vote Republican and hate transgender people, but I see y'all. I see who you really are. Hand job, 56%, mature, 54%, cum shot, 43%. So they like, fuck that cream pie shit. Okay, we need some cum shots. Massage, 42%, because they old. They need being gay. I'm surprised being gay ain't on here.
I'm surprised Tiger Bomb ain't on there.
Yeah, if being gay wouldn't give them gay porn, they probably being gay would be on here.
Yes, shit. Mr. Clean should be on there.
Yeah, Epsom salt.
Yes!
Number 7. BBW, 41%.
They're talking about them wet showers. That should be like Epsom salt bath.
Right. And bisexual males, 38%. Most people watch porn on their phones.
Right, it's the most convenient.
Then desktop and then tablet. So, and I guess they don't count TV programs and shit.
Mm-mm.
And of course you can't, like most you wouldn't be able to do that. Change in traffic share. Phone is up 8%. Desktop and tablet are both down over 40%. So phones is how most people jacking it.
I'm gonna tell you why. Outside of back up again, because if you did this like during COVID, it would have been completely reversed.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. Because that's a big drop. 46% and 43% is definitely like
because when people were
I was stuck in the house.
Yes, when people were at home, they were like, "Well, if I'm gonna be here all day, let me watch this on something bigger."
Although now I wonder if they were jacking off of it. Where were they? Where they needed that phone? Because they probably wasn't at home. They weren't using the desktop or the tablet. So is you back at work? They're like, we not remote working. Well, that's y'all fault. Daddy's got a new habit and he's gotta work it out at work.
Right?
I gotta go to the bathroom. Again? Yep.
My 2:00 jack off.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy, but if I don't get my vintage in, I'm grumpy the rest of the week. Traffic by operating system. Don't get mad, everybody. I'm just giving you the stats. Mr. Span, if you're listening, congratulations. 51.7% Android. You did it, buddy. Apple is 48% though. It's right behind them, and 0.2% is other. The thing I will say though is Apple doesn't really allow porn, so it's how you gonna really, it's a little harder on the Apple, but that's another notch in the belt for Android. So you want Mr. Span? I'm not even gonna say nothing bad about y'all. Okay, well, I don't want no problems, no smoke. And they actually went up last year. 0.18% went up for Android, and Apple lost 1.4. So there you go. Windows dominates the desktops, 63%.
Of course, because them other shit is trash. They trash
Over Apple MacBooks.
No.
That's 29%.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Windows program.
For desktop, Windows does it. Mac is normally on the app on the Mac. They got
Okay.
29%. I just think it's affordability. People don't
Yes.
have a lot of Macs because they
Okay.
can't afford them.
Agree. Okay. I'm thinking something completely
Yeah.
different. My bad. Yes.
Then
yes.
Linux, Chrome, and others. So
Linux, what is you goddamn coding? What is this?
I don't know. But Linux went up 31% from last year, so that's actually a big jump for
Who
them.
is you 5 IT people out here using Linux?
Yeah, Linux feels like something your Steam Deck has.
Yes.
Traffic by web browser, Chrome by far and away 52%, Safari 40%.
Yeah, people on them Apple devices.
UC browser, I don't know what that is.
Mhm.
Android, Firefox, Opera, and others. So all those came in at like less than 2% or something, 3%. Let's see, anything else for this? Traffic by game console.
Oh shit, we're doing game. I want to know about this.
They know everything. Xbox 16.7%.
Xbox leading the way apparently.
No, that's not leading the way. That's just the
okay.
first one I told you. PlayStation 4, 41.6%. PlayStation 5, 40%. So PlayStation, when you add it up together, 80% of the market is jacking off on their PlayStation, which makes sense because there ain't too many games on there. You basically have first party titles and then you jack off. That's it.
Apparently, that's what everybody using them for.
You gotta wait all day to get wait all year to get the 2 games. It's like, oh, Spider-Man, I guess I'm not jacking off November. And then other 3DS, PS Vita. So I assume Nintendo Switch is just, you better not have porn on there. Right? Like they
Mario come and shut that shit down.
Yeah, they not.
Mario be like,
They not allowing that. And I don't blame them. They shouldn't. They really shouldn't. I know that you could be an adult, but come on. Switch is for the babies.
Switch is for the kids.
And the fidelity ain't gonna be right anyway. Y'all gonna be watching everything vintage on the Switch screen.
Ain't it though?
It's all motherfucking 1970.
It's all 18-bit.
Ain't no 4K over there, baby.
2-bit, 4-bit.
You gonna be squinting jacking off. Most searched movie characters. Star Wars. That's not a character.
They're just saying the
they just-
universe, Star Wars.
I just want to jack off to anything.
anything. Luke
Jabba the Hutt. I don't give a fuck.
Darth Vader, I don't give a fuck. Luke, Layla.
Me's a coming, Anakin. Okay, that works.
That works.
Here we go.
Damn, that just said the whole genre. Just Star Wars.
Just Star Wars. Okay. Harley Quinn.
I can see that.
That makes a lot of sense. Game of Thrones. Wow. Game of Thrones. First of all,
People love Game of Thrones.
is any of the sex on Game of Thrones essential? Which specific scenes is y'all looking for? Avatar. Wow. Guess they do want to live in that world.
Some people do.
Shout out to Ba from Hot Firestarter. Harry Potter.
I can see that.
Wonder Woman.
Mm.
Harry Potter.
Mhm.
Interesting. Oh, you know what? If you think about it though, the people, they grew up with Harry Potter. They're adults now.
Yes.
So they're not like really jacking off to like Hermione as a
Mm-mm.
kid. They're thinking about, okay.
Mhm. And the movies probably cosplay and
Right.
shit like that. Yes.
Black Widow.
Okay.
Catwoman. Elastigirl. Huh.
I've seen Elastigirl.
You have? Okay.
Mhm.
Princess Leia. Now, why she didn't count for Star Wars? 365 days. What is that? What's 365 days? 365
I have no idea.
days.
Is that something that I'm unfamiliar with?
Oh, it's some type of a mafia, some mafia Netflix thing. Oh, and everybody, it does look sexy. This picture is clearly a man grabbing some titties. So okay, I get it, guys. Batman, Megan, the fucking doll, the horror doll, M3 again.
From that movie.
Yes. Y'all want to fuck that scary motherfucker?
Hilarious.
Shit, I get, we attracted to what we were repulsed by, I guess, because I'm scared of Megan. I don't want none. The Incredibles, she do got a fatty though. Okay, I think y'all talking about Miss Incredible or whatever, and yes, the Pixar moms be thick.
I don't know. For no reason either.
For no reason. Spider-Man, Power Rangers.
Like just same thing.
Yeah.
They're adults now.
Go indeed.
Yes.
Deadpool. That's interesting. Monster Hunter, Superman, Avengers, Captain Marvel, Batgirl, Magic Mike, Loki, Jane Foster, the other Thor, kinda. Gamora, Scarlet Witch, Jessica Jones, Guardians of the Galaxy, and John Wick. I'm a little disappointed that Velma from Scooby Doo isn't eternally number one on this list.
On the list.
Like, because Velma cosplayed on this.
Never.
Video games, Fortnite, Overwatch, Minecraft, Pokemon, Pokemon indeed. Atomic Heart.
Pika Pika. What the hell is that?
Atomic Heart is a video game I played on the Xbox, but it's like there's nothing sexy about it. I think people just want to have sex. They play a video game a lot and they're like, I want to fuck in this world too.
I can see that.
Genshin Impact, Resident Evil. There's no time for fucking in Resident Evil. It's goddamn zombies acting.
I have, like I said, I done been down that hole.
Yes,
I have seen it where they like we're fucking between running from the zombies.
Yeah, and sometimes they fuck the zombies.
Yes,
I've seen the
do.
ones where Nemesis does catch up to Jill Valentine.
The fuck is this?
And it's not a pretty sight. Valorant, League of Legends, Mortal Kombat.
I mean, do they finish them at the end? Well, they do finish them at the end.
Finish him.
Yes.
But do they show the inside? Because in Mortal Kombat, whenever you punch somebody, they show like you breaking their ribs from the inside of the ribs. So are they showing the inside of the sex too? Because I feel like it's not complete if they don't. They got to show the internal what's happening with the sex. Who want to see? Yeah, you take me out that world. GTA 5. What are you beating them up afterwards and taking their money?
Apparently so.
Cyberpunk, Sims 4, Street Fighter, Apex Legends, Skyrim, Splatoon, The Witcher, God of War, Super Mario. Wow.
Him and Luigi got
that went up 19 spots. I say it's because the movie came out.
Yeah, they out there fixing some plumbing, all right.
Call of Duty's down 2 spots because the campaign was too short. Baldur's Gate 3, Mass Effect, Tomb Raider, Detroit Become Human, Final Fantasy, Among Us, Red Dead Redemption, Legend of Zelda, and Cuphead. Wow.
Wow. And the freaks are all over the place, y'all. And the video games, like child, if it's sex to be had, somebody's watching it.
Oh man. All right. I think that's it for this one. But it was fun.
Like I always said, no Barbie. I'm surprised Barbie did make the list.
I'm surprised too. Yeah. You know what it was? The movie was too feminist. No matter what people try to knock it down for, it was too empowering. Men was too mad. They couldn't jack off to it. It was like, God damn it, now I just feel like a piece of shit. Now, I better turn on some of that femdom porn. Yeah, I think that's about it. It goes back to just a summary of the United States and all that stuff. So, yeah, this is fun. I always enjoy this episode every year.
Me too.
I'm sure a lot of people already turned it off and didn't give a fuck. But we did. And a lot of people gave fucks, which is why this list was so long.
Yeah.
Let's do sword ratchetness and then we'll wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Pull that up. Boom. A man is guilty of threatening housemate with sword. Ben Curry of Falsog Mount Temple, Westmeath, will serve 2 years in prison for production of an article, namely a sword. He appeared via video link at Waterford Circuit Court before Judge Eugene O'Kelly. The offense occurred on Skibbereen Road, Lismore Lawns, Waterford, on October 10th, 2022. Damn, he just not getting sentenced. Mr. Curry was living in a house along with several other men. On the evening in question, he overheard one of the housemates talking about the upkeep of the house and various bills. He took offense to the comment, which makes me believe he the one fucking up the house and not paying bills. Because why would you be offended if it wasn't you? He went and got a sword from the bedroom, came out to the kitchen to confront the man. The victim recorded the exchange of words on his phone, capturing the agitated Mr. Curry shouting. Here's my thing. Pay the fucking bills then. Oh, you got all this time and spice to go get a fucking sword. How about you go pawn that sword and come back with some bill money, bitch? Pick up a broom. Don't pick up a sword. Start sweeping. Now you're making the house more dirty with blood. Mr. Curry took offense to the comment. The victim could be heard calmly pleading with Mr. Curry to put the weapon down. Guard eye were called to the address to apprehended Mr. Curry a short distance away. The sword was never recovered. The encounter, noted to have lasted 50 seconds, was described as nasty, shocking ordeal. In court, the victim made an impact statement in person where he described how the offense was unacceptable in a civil society. He described how the terrifying encounter made him fear for his safety. And he wondered how long it would take an ambulance to arrive in the event of his own stabbing. He said he is now very, very paranoid about living with other people.
I would too.
Yeah, it only take one time for me. All right, y'all, that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back throughout the week. Until then, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. All right, y'all, have a good one. Happy jacking, everybody. Enjoy your hentai.